So, you want to know about Vamphog? I do say, it boggles the mind to wonder how a matter of such importance manages to evade one's ears. For Vamphog's terror is far-reaching. Not even the North Pole is refuge from the horrors he's unleashed. And I have suffered the loss of many a brave elf to Vamphog's devilry. Gather round, I'll tell you all about Vamphog, and I will tell you about the unlikely hero, the Chosen One, who finally brought him to his just demise, sending him to that damned lake of fire from whence he came. In this modern age, Vamphog may seem like a cool symbol, or an innocent doodle, but I say nay, nay. Vamphog is hell incarnate. The archaeological record is tainted with his evil presence for thousands of years, and his soulless, undead slaves. History comes to life before your very eyes as you gaze upon the unearthed cave paintings of yesteryear, depicting wars between princes and devils. Ancient Rome made wicked use for those tortured souls, those minions of the Vamphog. Throughout history, these demons have been nothing shy of a blasphemy upon creation. And he was the first. Brave warriors with the guts to stand and fight have come and gone throughout the millennia. And in the great soul war of the Dark Ages, the armies of men finally tasted sweet victory over those foul creatures. But the victory was bittersweet, unbeknownst to the militant vampire slayers. In the heat of battle, the horrid Vamphog managed to escape unnoticed. And so, for hundreds of years, history books falsely declared a righteous victory, and the end of the Vamphog. Vamphog did well to blend in. He even proved himself clever enough to avoid any and all legal infractions charged against him. As the modern age approached, Vamphog sensed that moment of his resurgence was growing very near, and his outward displays of mischief began small, then increased in frequency. And then the notorious demon was back. He built a new army of unholy minions in what seemed like an instant. The body count kept growing, and the fate of mankind seemed hopeless. Vamphog was set to conquer the whole planet, but there was one thing he was not prepared for. The most unlikely of heroes would emerge. Some refer to him as the Chosen One. Some others, however, know him only as Spare Parts, often indifferent or confused. Spare Parts had a hard enough time doing day-to-day things. Far be it from him the thought of doing big things, world-saving things. Almost as if it were a joke from God himself. Spare Parts was destined to become the greatest vampire slayer of all time, and that destiny would begin to unfold after a tragic night of drinking with his friends. For Vamphog came and ravaged that pub, gruesomely killing all three of his friends. But Parts managed to narrowly escape. He survived the brutal encounter, but was forever changed and haunted by the carnage of that night. Sadly, like so many before him, Parts would fall victim to a life of drunken foolishness to deal with the pain. One day, while over-beveraged at SeaWorld, the good Lord bestowed his favor upon Parts, nudging him towards his destiny. Parts did not have his listening ears on. So he went on a ride. But the good Lord nudged him again. But again, Parts did his own thing. Eventually, the good Lord led him to the jellyfish exhibit, where a miracle jellyfish stung him. Unfortunately, the miracle poison mixed with all of the booze in his system killed Parts. But it was not yet his time, so the Lord sent him back, blessed with the strength and spirit of the miracle jellyfish. With these new powers, Parts now became known as Jellyman, and took up the trade of vampire hunting to end Vamphog's curse upon the planet once and for all, which happened exceedingly easily, barely an inconvenience, and Vamphog was slain. Jellyman went on to win the Medal of Honor for saving the world, despite all of the cultural division. All people united in celebration of the world's newest hero, who is forever immortalized in the hearts of the planet which he had saved. So, boys and girls, I hope you've learned a little bit about history today, and I hope you learned a valuable lesson. For you see, true strength is not unique to the gym rat, nor a person of good health, nor a handsome man, nor a man who knows his trade well, nor, I digress, anyone can do great things. So why don't you all stop being so damn judgmental? Good night, and God bless us, everyone. Hashtag Saint Nick out. Hashtag peace sign. Hashtag bathroom shrimp.